Moving on to the next topic, we'll be covering access tiers for blob storage in more detail. So there are three types of access tiers for standard storage: cool, hot, and archive. Hot tier, ideal for data that's accessed frequently. It has the highest storage cost, but you get the lowest access cost. Use cases, data that's in active use or expected to be accessed frequently, and data that's staged for processing and eventual migration to the cool access tier. Cool tier, best for data that's infrequently accessed and stored for at least 30 days. It has lower storage cost, but higher access cost. Use case, great for short-term backup and disaster recovery datasets. Older media content not viewed frequently anymore but is expected to be available immediately when accessed. And large data sets that need to be stored cost-effectively while more data is being gathered for future processing. Archive tier, best for data that's rarely accessed and stored for at least 180 days. It has the lowest storage cost, but the highest access cost. Use case, best suited for long-term backup, secondary backup, and archival datasets. Original data that must be preserved even after it has been processed into final usable form. And compliance and archival data that needs to be stored for a long time and is hardly ever accessed. Before we move on, let's touch upon some essential technical aspects. Account level tiering, any blob that doesn't have an explicitly assigned tier infers the tier from the storage account access tier setting. Blob level tiering, you can upload a blob to the tier of your choice. Changing tiers happens instantly with the exception from moving out of archive. Rehydrating a blob, when moving a blob out of archive into another tier, it can take several hours. This is known as rehydrating. Blob lifecycle management, here you can create rule-based policies to transition data to different tiers, such as after 30 days, move to cool storage. When a blob is uploaded or moved to another tier, it's charged at the new tier's rate immediately upon tier change. When moving from a cooler tier, the operation is billed as a write operation to the destination tier, where the write operation and data write charges of the destination tier apply. When moving from a hotter tier, the operation is billed as a read from the source tier, where the read operation and data retrieval charges of the source tier apply. Early deletion charges for any blob moved out of the cool or archive tier may apply as well. Cool and archive early deletion, any blob that is moved into the cool tier is subject to a cool early deletion period of 30 days. Any blob that is moved into the archive tier is subject to an archive early deletion period of 180 days. This charge is prorated. So that's a more in-depth look into the access tiers for blob storage.